Hey everyone, it's Alejandro from Loto Plays, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. This is going to be a bit of a vloggy video. I don't do these because I'm not very good at them. I wouldn't know what to say, but there has been a few topics that I've been wanting to talk about for a little bit. So I thought, hey, you know what, I'm just going to make one video that's going to just cram all of these topics into one, since I was just recently tagged in the new YouTuber tag. And before I get underway, I would like to talk about that when this video goes up will be exactly 6 months since I first put out my first video, which is a little bit insane to think about. Right now, I'm at 185 subscribers, and I mean, in 6 months, getting 185 subscribers, I mean, that's incredible. It's really hard to find the words to say, like, wow, I can't believe that there's people that are actually watching the stuff I put out. I just wanted to give a big shout out to anybody that's ever seen, liked, or even commented on any of my videos. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So, thank you. Anyways, another thing I wanted to put into this video was a few more shoutouts, because I don't really watch that many YouTubers. I'm not a big fan of watching too many people's videos, so I have like a core amount of people that I really sit down and watch and support, because I don't have all the time to go around watching everybody's videos. I mean, I'll go out and check people's videos if they ask me to. I have no problem with that, but for me to really stay a loyal watcher and subscriber, you have to have content that I really enjoy. And I've already shouted out some people in my 100 subscriber video, and I still stand by those people 100%. But I have a few more shoutouts I'd like to give today. The first shoutout is for Pixelesque, who actually tagged me in the new YouTuber tag. She's a YouTuber that I have been watching for not as long as some other ones, but I've gotten to know her, and I do consider her a friend, and she's a really nice person, and I stand by her content. It's something that I actually like to enjoy, so that's the first person that I'm going to recommend that you guys check out. Next one is Serious Squirrel, somebody that I've been watching for a while. I didn't shout him out in the last one. I was just doing ones off the top of my head pretty much, and I really do enjoy his content. I mean, everybody I'm going to say here, I don't want to keep going over the same thing over and over again, because it's going to sound almost forced. But I really do enjoy all of these people's content. The next people I'd like to shout out are What Are We Playing, and I've been watching their content for a while. The next person I'd like to shout out is Pause Player, who I've been watching for a while too. The next one is Brit Does Whatever. I've also been watching her content for a while. The next person I'd like to shout out is Emily's, who I've also been watching for a while. And the final person I'd like to shout out today is Amy Napkins. Like Pixelesque, I haven't been watching her content as long as some of the others, but I do enjoy her content, just like everybody else's that I've just said. And that's it for the shoutouts. But before I move on, I'd like to tag all of the people I just shouted out, other than Pixelesque, obviously, in the new YouTuber tag, as well as Purple Torch Gaming and Critically, both people that I have shouted out in the past in my 100 subscribers special video. Again, I'd like to reiterate that all of these people that I've just shouted out are people whose content I legitimately enjoy. And I'm not just saying that, I actually do, and I try to watch their videos when I can. I can't watch every single video that everybody puts out, but I have a core few people that I like to follow, and these are just some of the names, as well as the ones I had mentioned in my 100 subscriber special video of people that I actually like to watch. And there's a few others, but I really don't watch too many YouTubers, because I just, I honestly, it would just take too much time. I gotta give people credit, honestly. I'm gonna go on a little tangent here, but I gotta give people credit who watch, like, everybody's videos on here. It's ridiculous. I can't do that. I mean, I'll try, but I'm not gonna consistently do that unless I'm really enjoying your content. But anyways, enough about that tangent. Let's move on to the next topic. The next thing I wanted to announce is I'm going to be doing a Q&A for my 200 subscriber special video. So any questions that anybody has, they can either leave in the comments down below or send to me on Twitter, and I'll take those comments and compile them, and I'll make a Q&A video once I hit 200. Now, you guys can send me really any questions. I mean, they can just be silly, they can be serious. It doesn't really matter to me. But I might not answer all of your questions, especially if they're kind of personal, because I'm kind of a private guy. But that's kind of the reason that I haven't done a face reveal, or I'm even planning to do one, honestly. Because I like to keep my anonymity. And that's just something that I feel like once you show it your face, or once you give too much away, you can't get it back if you ever wanted to. So, I don't know, I don't mind opening up a bit, I just don't think that I'm going to be sharing everything and anything. But all of your questions that you want to ask me on here or on Twitter, I'll be happy to look over, and if I don't feel like answering it, I'm just going to say, hey, look, I don't want to talk about this. That's all. Alright, so now we can go into the new YouTuber tag questions, which I have right here. The first question is, how long have you been YouTubing? Well, as I had mentioned in the beginning of the video, I've been YouTubing for 6 months exactly, actually, on the day that this video goes out. So I'm still pretty new, but I have been learning some things, and I am getting better, I feel like. The next question is, how many videos have you put out? Now, I had to look this one up because I wasn't sure off the top of my head, but it is actually 76 videos, which, if you think about it, if I've been doing it for 6 months, that's a pretty consistent upload schedule, which that surprises me, honestly. But I'm pretty proud of that, so yeah, 76 videos, that's quite a big number. The next question is, favorite video that you've recorded so far? Well, that's, I have two I would like to say. The first one is my Fallout 4 Who Needs Guns video, because that was just a blast to record. I mean, and it was pretty fun also to even edit, trying to get all the footage I wanted together. But I believe that's been overtaken by the Smash 4 video that I just put out 2 days ago, if this video is going live on the 4th. So that one was also a blast to record and to edit. I mean, I wouldn't say blast to edit, honestly, but I did have fun going through the footage of me and my friend just having fun, playing some Smash. Those are the videos that I've had the best time recording and editing, and the ones that I'm also really the most proud of, honestly. The next question is, favorite YouTuber? You can have more than one. So I've already talked about all the people in the small YouTuber community that I watch consistently, and it'd be hard to pick a favorite out of all of those. So I think I'm going to pick a bigger YouTuber, which I don't really watch that many of, actually, but out of the few that I watch, my favorite that I would have to say would be Many a True Nerd, who is I wouldn't say he's a huge channel, but he's not small. I think he has a little over 200,000 subscribers. I think like 212,000 last time I checked. He plays all sorts of games, and he is most notable for playing through Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 with very specific challenge runs. One of his most popular series is the, as he calls it, the You Only Live Once series, where he plays through, or he's done this for both Fallout 3 and New Vegas, but he plays through the game without dying, so it's a permadeath run, but the twist is that he doesn't heal even once throughout the series, which is insane. I would highly recommend watching them. They're highly entertaining, and he is highly informative about everything that he says. He's so knowledgeable about the games, and it's really a joy to watch. And honestly, kind of to go off on a little tangent here, YouTubers like Many a True Nerd are what I want to aspire, and what I've been trying to aspire to be. He doesn't scream or yell all the time, and he doesn't use try-hard humor or tell a joke a minute just for the sake of telling a joke. He lets his natural humor shine through, as well as being extremely informative about the games that he's playing. It's really something that I enjoy, and something that I've been trying to do, especially the informative part. If you've seen any of my videos, I try to be extremely informative and showing off secrets or giving tips or showing things that maybe not a lot of people have known. I find that to be most fascinating because there's plenty of channels who are all about trying to tell jokes, trying to, you know, be in your face and just aggressively in your face, really. And that's not something I ever wanted to do, honestly. So I feel like I feel like I'm trying to do something a little bit more different in the sense of I'm trying to show more to these games that I'm playing. Trying to bring out stuff that people don't know, and people can look back and be like, oh wow, I didn't know that this guy's actually knows what he's talking about, or this is interesting, next time I play this game I'll have to remember that so I can do that. Stuff like that is what I want this channel to be like, which is why I haven't really played a game on here that I've never played before. Alright, so the next question is, pick a different YouTuber to collab with. Any of the people that I've shouted out in the 100 subscriber special video, or this one, I would be more than happy to collab with. I've made some plans to collab with Pixelesque in the future, but I haven't really made any other plans to collab. If any of the people that are watching this video that I've shouted out, or in this video or the other one, then just hit me up and maybe we can plan something, because I'd be more than happy to. Next question is, where do you see your profile in the future? Be creative. Oh Jesus. Me being creative, that's not a good thing. That's a tricky question. I feel like on the path that I'm going to, as I'd explained in my earlier answer to question number 4, I want to continue going on being an informative YouTuber when I'm playing these games and showing off stuff that people don't know, as well as trying something a little bit different for some things, like for instance, doing a Fallout 4 survival mode run through while explaining stuff about Fallout 4 that I already know, because I know a lot about the game, but I've never played survival mode itself, so I guess you could say it's kind of a challenge run. And with Shovel Knight, I did do a New Game Plus run as well, so yeah, stuff that can be considered challenge runs a bit, as well as being extremely informative, but where I see my profile in the future is just continuing on what I'm doing. I'm happy doing what I'm doing right now, honestly. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't have room for improvement. I mean, of course I do. Everybody really does. You can't really say that you can't improve yourself, but I think that the path that I'm going on right now is what I'm going to continue to stick to. Maybe I'll branch out into other things in the future. I've been doing some different stuff. I mean, I just recently did a Smash 4 montage, and I'd be more than happy to do more. I'm actually planning on doing more, and that's not something I've done regularly. I mean, I've only done it one other time, which was for the Fallout 4 Who Needs Guns, so maybe a little bit more of shorter, just compilation or montage videos like that. Maybe one day I'll also review some games, because I play a lot of games. That would just be a nice thing. You know, I know everybody does reviews, so it's not the most original thing, but I don't know, something that could just expand the kind of content that I put out, really. Next question is a quote or saying that you follow. I'm not a person who usually uses quotes or sayings, or actually really follows them, because I don't like to live my life by other people's words. I just like to live my life the way that I want to and I choose to. And yes, I know it sounds kind of pretentious saying that out loud, but I'm not one to take quotes and model my lifestyle after them or use that as an inspiration. Though if I had to choose, I would say that a quote or a saying that I actually really like is from my favorite show, Justified, which, if you've watched my Fallout 4 series, where I'm actually doing a role-playing run as well on that, you know that I'm a huge fan of Justified, and there's a quote in that show, which I just looked up to make sure I had right, that Raylan, the main character, said to another character. And the quote is, "You run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. You run into assholes all day, you're the asshole." It perfectly fits the kind of character that Raylan is saying that, as well as it just makes so much sense. And it's actually something that I like to use sometimes in terms of when somebody is telling me, like, hey, you know what, I had a horrible day, I was running to all these assholes today, or jerks, and I kind of say, like, you know, maybe you should think that maybe you're the one that's kind of the asshole if you're always the one running into assholes. I don't know, I can be a dick sometimes. Anyways, next question. Why did you start YouTubing? That's actually a really good question. It was more of a whim, honestly, that I started. Years ago, me and one of my best friends were talking about this, actually, and he was much more into the YouTube game community than I ever was, or at least he used to be. He always was mentioning, hey, you know what would be really cool if we just one day kind of made a YouTube channel, just us or just me or something. I'm like, yeah, you know, that'd be fun. You know, playing video games with, you know, your best friend? What's not to like about that? Years later, I just decided, on a whim, you know what, I thought that the idea was good, I might as well just start it myself. I don't know, maybe I'll bring that friend in to do videos in the future, but for now, I'm happy just doing it by myself. Also, to add on to this question a little bit more, I'm not one to say that I'm going to be doing YouTube as a full-time job or aspiring to do YouTube as a full-time job. Honestly, I actually don't want that. I'm just doing this for fun, and I've been having fun with it. I can't see myself ever doing this as a career. I'm not knocking people that do that. Honestly, I have a ton of respect for people that decide to make their career out of YouTube, because it's tough. A lot of people are trying and very few make it, but that's not why I started this channel. I started this channel, like I said, on a whim. I wanted to have fun. And I'm not looking to be YouTube famous or just famous in general. I'm just looking to put out content that I enjoy and hopefully other people enjoy. I have other aspirations in my life that I want to follow, and I know what I want to do as a career in the future, and that's something that I've been passionate about, and that's something that I want to make a career out of, not YouTube. Maybe if you guys are interested, I'll answer that for the Q&A. Just ask me what it is, and yeah, that'd be a good Q&A question. I don't mind talking about that, but not this video. Next question is, what challenges have you faced while YouTubing, and how have you overcome them? This one, I really like this question, because the challenges I've faced are being able to understand how this stuff works. I went into this not knowing shit about how to make videos, how to edit, how to get all this stuff. And I mean, come on, let's be honest here. If you've seen my videos, hell, look at my thumbnails, are basic as hell. Just look at the way I make videos. I try to make them simple. They're just clean and simple. That's how I like to make them. Part of the reason, though, I make them like that is because I don't know any better. I really am awful with computers and stuff. All right, I mean, you would think that, oh yeah, you know, you're a big gamer. You're probably really good with computers. No, not at all. I'm just completely awful. Maybe because I spend too much time gaming. I don't really know much about it, but I've had to learn a lot of stuff by being a YouTuber. And I'm actually really appreciative of that. And I still have plenty to learn, of course. But I'm really happy at how I've been able to learn all these new things that before I never would have thought would have been possible for me. I've also been helped by people on here, like for example, Purple Torch Gaming. I know I mentioned this in my 100 subscriber special video, but she helped me make a background for my Link to the Past playthrough. Before, it was just a black background because I was playing it on the Wii U on the Virtual Console, and a lot of the screen was just a black background. With her help, I was able to put a background to the video and make it look a lot more professional looking. Now, I'm sure to her, that's easy stuff. I mean, her videos are much better produced than mine. I mean, it's kind of obvious when you think about it, especially looking back at my earlier videos. But that's something that, I mean, hell, maybe she can do in her sleep or something that she finds super easy, but for me, it was a huge step. I was damn proud of myself. I'm still amazed about that, honestly, because that's how little knowledge and experience I have with this kind of stuff. I've been able to overcome them through trial and error, but as well as people that have actually helped me. So I'm especially grateful for that. And the 10th and final question, what are your main inspirations for your videos? As I've mentioned, Miniature is a big inspiration for my videos because I want to keep my videos very informative and kind of do something a little bit different, kind of like he does. But I'm not trying to completely copy his style. I kind of want to make it my own. Besides, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but a Miniature Nerd he's a British guy. So we're already different there because, okay, look, he's got a real nice posh accent, all right? It's awesome. Me, I don't like my voice. I really don't. And I've had people tell me, oh yeah, you have such a great voice. Oh, you know, I really love your voice. And I'm like, oh God, how can people like this? It's just, I don't know if it's just me being hard on myself, which I'm sure it is, but hearing my voice back when I'm going to edit, it almost painfully hurts my ears. I'm like, how do people put up with this guy? I don't know. Now, if we're not talking about specific people and just inspirations in general, that's a little bit trickier. I mean, I think that my inspirations are just to be informative and to make people see different sides to games that they didn't know about. And I also want to be different than all these people who are always screaming and yelling and in your face. I just want to be a lot more laid back. I want to be laid back and informative, and I don't want to have to tell a joke a minute. I don't want to be one of those channels that's always about joke a minute, you know, fast hitting jokes that don't always land, that, you know, this is the kind of humor is way too try hard. I just, you know, if I'm going to say something funny, let it be naturally. I don't try to set out to make people laugh in my videos. I don't know if that's pretty obvious, but I just want to have fun with it without putting on a facade or being too in your face. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I'm sure you understand if you've kind of watched my videos. It's just something that I've always felt like if I was ever going to do a YouTube channel, and now that I'm doing it, I'd like to be the kind of person that is more laid back than your typical YouTuber, but also can be informative, that you actually learn some stuff and you actually come away from my videos and saying, wow, I didn't know this about this game. It was actually really interesting. And maybe it'll spur you to either replay the game or just play the game for yourself. That's something that I really hope that people can take away from my videos. And alright, I think that's about it. That's all of the 10 questions for the new YouTuber tag. Again, I'd like to thank Pixelesque for tagging me, and I'd like to thank all the people that have shouted out, not just in this video, but in the previous video that I did, my 100 subscriber special video as well. Thank you for making great content, and that's really all I can say about that. I really do enjoy these people's content, and all of the names I've mentioned as well are people that I highly recommend, and I'm not just saying that because either we're friends or they're subscribed to me. I mean, you know, some of these people, hell, they might not even see this video, and you know what? I don't care, because I'm not making this video to impress them or to show them. I'm making this video because I truly do believe in these people, and that's really all that there is to that. And I hope that at least a few of these people do respond to the tags at least. I know that some of them aren't really new YouTubers, but fuck it, it's my video, I can do what I want. So that's it for this video. If you guys want to hear more rambly, vloggy videos from me, I'll take it into consideration. It's just been a little bit weird, but hasn't been too bad, honestly. It went better than my first one. The first one sounded a little bit more stilted and awkward. Maybe that's because I recorded that all in one take. And this one I've been editing out some of my pauses and stammers and trying to get my thoughts together. So, if you want to see more of this, just let me know, and leave your questions down below, or send them to my Twitter for the upcoming 200 subscriber special. I'm really looking forward to doing that. That'll be fun, and it'll be something a little bit different. So, I really hope that I get some really interesting questions, and I really hope some of you just fuck with me. I really do. I want to see some really goofy ass questions. Just please send me some ridiculous shit. And if you want to know some serious stuff too, I'll be more than happy to answer some of it. But like I said earlier, I can't promise that I'm going to answer every single personal question because I'm a fairly private person. And I hope you guys understand that. So this video has gone on long enough. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.